Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're out here again at the house, at the garage. It's another workday video today. This is a busy week this week. The fall semester just started for Penn College on Monday, so I have classes, all this stuff going on right now. And I also have 2 cars that I'm detailing this week, and then another one that's mine that I also need to detail and get listed this week. So a lot going on. I wanted to make another work vlog, detailing vlog. I did this back in December last year. I did it. I did 2 vehicles in 1 week. It was snowy. It was cool. I made a nice little vlog, and you guys seem to like it, so we'll do another one here. Here's the parking lot right now. Those mats are for a car that's in the garage. The first car that I am working on this week, I already started yesterday. It was pretty clean on the inside, and I really just washed the outside. I'm about to paint correct it now, which I'll show you guys that, and it is a pretty cool vehicle. This van, 2005 Sedona with 50,000 miles. I just got the title for it, so I'm going to be listing this here soon. I just have to get it detailed, which I'm going to do at the end of the week. Not much it needs. Really, the big thing is just a good buff. The inside's pretty much ready to go, as you guys know if you've watched that video already, because this will probably come out after that. This Subaru just got dropped off. It's a 2010 Forester. Pretty typical Subaru. White on gray interior. Where this thing's going to really need some work is the gray interior here. So if we open it up, you can see this. The owner of this one has a dog, and she drives with it a lot. So just between that and just the light color interior, it's definitely going to need a lot of work. You can see down there, look at how worn that is down there. Hopefully we can bring that back. Center console, I know we'll be able to bring that back. It's just a lot of gunk, goo, and all that. Same with the steering wheel. The climate controls here too. A lot of makeup residue everywhere. Up here there's a lot of makeup residue on the armrest, obviously, and the seats. And these floor mats will need a heck of pressure washing, and I'll probably have to do some extraction on the carpet too. Back here it looks like something spilled, so that'll have to get cleaned up. And yeah, just some more makeup residue and stuff on the seats. So I've got my work cut out for me when it comes to extracting. I'm probably going to be up pretty late with this one tonight, as I was with the one in the garage last night. But you can't even see it. I'll show you that one in a second. Show you the rear of this. Typical all-weather floor mat. And yeah, the other side, the exterior looks the same. It's only got 60,000 miles, 60-something thousand miles, so it's not that bad. Not that bad mileage-wise. It's really clean, not much rust, which is pretty rare for these Foresters up here in Williamsport. But it's nice to see. In here, we have something that's even more special. 1995 Chevy Caprice wagon. And you can see the interior's all done. I finished that up last night. All I really have to do here is just clean the windows. It wasn't that bad. The worst part is obviously here where the carpet's ripped and the floor showing underneath. But other than that, it all extracted pretty nicely. And this gray carpet, or this light gray carpet, came back nice. This back here was a little stained. It all got extracted, but other than that, there wasn't really much this interior needed, so I just didn't feel the need to record it. But yeah, very cool car. It's got 200 and something thousand miles. Let's pop the key in here and I'll show you. Fire it up too, let you guys hear what it sounds like. It's got the LT1 motor in it, obviously, the Corvette V8. These things were notorious for getting those motors. And this, being a 95, it's the last year they made the Caprice, has this digital gauge cluster. And it also has 218,000 miles. And fires right up. Yeah, very cool car. I like the wire wheels. It's the classic, so it has the wire wheels and a lot of nice features. The hood emblem up there. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up here with these windows, and then I just have to do a quick single stage paint correction. This thing was repainted probably I'd say about 5 to 10 years ago. not perfect. There's some orange peel, but it's okay. And a lot of the swirl marks and stuff, I'll be able to buff out now. You can see on the hood, lots of swirls and stuff. Same with the roof. So yeah, let's stop talking, let's get to work, and let's get this looking beautiful so I can get some pictures of it, get it back to my client. This has to get back to my client at 4, which is in 2 hours, so I've got 2 hours to do this paint correction here, and then I gotta get started on that Subaru. She'll be coming back tomorrow to pick that up, so I'm gonna have to get it washed and pretty much all of the interior done tonight, and then tomorrow I'll have to just paint correct it after class. Alright, so we've been hard at work at this paint correction now. Look at that. Cherry red. Apart from the orange peel from that respray, it's looking really good. I'll show you on the hood here. See a great difference. You can almost see the line of where we've corrected versus where we haven't. It's just a much darker, sharper red. Looks much better. Now next up, I'm working on the other side now. Got the roof and the hood, the other half of the hood yet to go, but all this side, the rear's been done. This bumper really cleaned up. There were a bunch of scratches and stuff from loading. But yeah, anyway, I gotta keep going here because I'm running out of time on this vehicle. Got these 2 panels coated right now. I just got a couple more to go. We'll go back over, make sure I didn't miss any flaws or anything, and then get this car ready to pass back to the customer. Alright, here she is. This is the final view of the Caprice before I go and pick up my client now. This red paint turned out beautiful. I love this color so much. Like I said, this was probably resprayed, I'm assuming like 5-10 years ago. Maybe a bit less, but yeah, it turned out great. Front looks good. Got some scratches off of that bumper cover there. The hood is like a mirror. These wheels look great. They were caked in brake dust when they came in. Wire wheels are not fun to clean when they've got brake dust on them. But it's doable. And this car looks great. I'll show you the inside now that we're outside in the natural light. This door was all covered in grime too, but that all came out pretty easily. These floor mats came out great. These seats came out great too. I love the design on them. The steering wheel cleaned up nicely. Unfortunately, all the texturized like gray paint or vinyl paint that was on there kind of rubbed off over the years and all the miles, but here's your center console. Dashboard looks good. The headliner is like brand new, she told me. I didn't really even have to do that much. It just looked great to begin with. And then the rear, like I said, the carpet had a lot of extracting done to it to bring this gray back out. I showed you guys back here just for the sake of it's tough. I'll open it back up. It's not the easiest here. Unfortunately, you have to do it by the key. The electric one from inside the car doesn't work. Let's see if I can drop the whole thing this time. Nope. This latch doesn't like to work, but this one always does. If you've never had one of these Roadmasters or Caprice wagons before, you can open them outward with this, and then you can just fold them down like a truck tailgate with that. Really cool design. This has a well, it doesn't have the third row seat, but it has that option. It's currently missing the seat because I'm assuming they stored a bunch of stuff under there. But yeah, that turned out great as well. Overall, this car was a really fun car to work on. And now I gotta finish up here, get my photos, and then go pick up my client so she can come see it herself. Hopefully she'll be as in love with it as I am. Yeah, I'll show you guys This one last door here. Like I said, everything turned out really great. Just one last bit of background information here before we shift gears from this car to the Subaru over there. Give you some information about where it came from. This car was bought brand new by the original owner, who still owns it now. They've always kept up with detailing, and they were happy to get it detailed once again. So they brought it to me after a couple of years of not having it detailed. But back when they bought it new, they used it as a horse farm vehicle. They often hauled hay and other stuff in it. But I can definitely tell they always kept it nice and detailed, because after all the years of that hard farm work, it still looks brand new. And with 218,000 miles, that's amazing. Alright, so the Caprice is out of here, and now it's the Subaru's time to shine. I got the pressure washer hooked up over here, all ready to go for a wash. We're going to start on the engine bay on this vehicle, which is terrible. I think that's the only thing I haven't really shown yet on this. But I'm assuming this thing has not been detailed in many years, if ever in its lifetime. I'm hoping at least once it's seen a detail in the past 14 years, but here it is. It's going to look great when I'm done with it, though. It's going to make a great before and after. I don't know why this isn't even on. Yeah, this is definitely a car that doesn't have the hood popped much, although it is a Subaru, so. So I've got the mats hanging to dry here. I'll show you what they look like after I've just finished them. I'm gonna set it somewhere that's not too dirty, so luckily the hood of the Jeep is not painted, so I can't really damage it. But yeah, they turned out much better. You can remember this had orange staining all in there. Now it's that nice gray color of that interior. So we're still working on a couple of the back ones, and then we'll be able to continue washing it and bring it in here. And here's the finished product of the engine here. I forgot I didn't really show it to you guys. But there it is. All nice. The plastic shined up great because they don't have many miles on them. They just were really dirty. So yep, turned out great. And we're going to continue washing it now. So to give everyone sort of an idea on how I start a detail, first thing I'll do is go through and pull out like any plastic removable pieces like this. These are from the center console, cup holder divider, storage thing. This was covered in goo. Those I'll just run through the pressure washer. Anytime I start a car, I'll go through the entire thing, try to find out what I can put under the pressure washer and quickly clean, because in this business, time is money. And if you can knock out a bunch of quick stuff like that at the start, might as well. Alright, so the washing is well underway here, but just take a moment to just appreciate the sky right now. Look how blue it is. It's nice. We get a lot of nice sunsets here. We don't get to see the sunset, obviously, because of other houses, but it still looks pretty nice out. Alright, she's all washed up and inside here. You can see we're about to get started on the interior here. I'm going to remove the driver's and passenger seat. I already have the center console loose. I just have to unplug it to take it out, and I gotta get the seats out first to do that. You can see back here, these covers just pop off, so I pulled all them off. It's all 15mm bolts to get the seats out, so I'll do that here in a minute. Alright, and just like that, this car is now emptied out of any seats or anything in the way. I've obviously detailed one of these this generation Foresters before. I've detailed a lot of Foresters. They're very popular vehicles in Pennsylvania. But yeah, so these two seats, all 15mm bolts, and then a bunch of wires on each of them. 3 wires for the center console, and then 3 Phillips head screws, and that's out. And then you just pull this little parking brake boot up and out. It's just tabbed into the center console. So yeah, now we have all this space. It really shows the mess here, the level of mess I should say. I'm kind of surprised there's not more like stains and crap down in there. Kind of same on that side, but it looks more like a project now. It looks more open and ready to be worked on. So I always like clearing the seats out. It makes the job go much more smoothly. And then here's the center console and all the plastic pieces for the seat. Like I said, those tabs, they just pull off. And then here's the 2 seats themselves. Obviously, this seat is going to need a lot of work. That one's not as bad, but still needs some work. And then back here, we got a couple stains in there. The carpets, I'm obviously going to have to do some extracting and spot removing up front. A couple spots in the back here too. Passenger side, I'm going to extract as well. But the rear is not that bad. Mainly just needs a good vacuuming and a quick clean. Alright, and just like that, we got the center console cleaned here. See, all that grime came off the lid. All the stuff came out the cup holders. And you lift that up and it's the same thing down there. So yeah, that'll be ready to get put back into the car tomorrow now. And on to the rest of it. Alright, and after all that vacuuming, here's what we got. Gives us much more of a better idea of how much work we have ahead of us with these carpets. Which is why I always love how a car looks after it's done being vacuumed. It really shows the true how bad the carpets are underneath all the dust and dirt. These rear ones really are not that bad. This thing has, like I said, 67,000 miles, and I don't believe the owner has kids. The dog sits up front, so really it's just this front that needs to be dealt with, and then whatever spilled back there in those seats. But yeah, so I'm gonna work here now to take out some stains, a couple spots I gotta get on this side, and then all of that's over on there. And that whole driver's side and passenger side up front, we're just gonna extract because it's that bad. And then tomorrow, we'll do the seats. Alright, so I finished up on the doors. Look at these. All that grime out of the cloth and on the plastic here. That pocket cleans up nicely. The lower pocket too. All the door sills and everything. I got all the sill carpeting around here and then all the back and passenger. All I have left on the carpeting is that. I'm going to probably have to hit that with steam. That is some really caked on gunk. But dashboard's all done. Looks beautiful. This car, like I said, 60,000 miles. I love working on low mileage cars that are still kind of dirty when I get them, because when you finish with them, they look amazing. We got the center the parts of the center console we have in the car we've cleaned up. You can see all that makeup's gone off of there, all of that cleaned up out of there. And the e-brake and the wheel too, cleaned up that. Looks much better now. So yeah, all we have to do now tomorrow at this point is reassemble everything, because here it all is. That center console there. And then we have to extract these seats, that spot on the carpet, and just buff the exterior here. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm going to set the ozone machine up now for an hour, and then I'll come back out here and just open everything up for the rest of the night so we can air this thing out. It's got kind of a funky smell, so I want to get it aired out, and then tomorrow we can get it smelling good. Alright, it's day 2 here. Forrester's still in the garage. We get the seats pulled out here because we are going to start with them so they can dry while I'm working on some other things. Really all I have to do today are these 2 seats, the spot on the rear seat that we all know, and that spot on the carpet. That's all I got to do before I paint correct it. Now the hope is by, I would say, 3 o'clock here in an hour or so, I should be ready to paint correct it, because that's going to take an hour, and I need to be done with that by 4:30 at the latest, basically, which is when I told the client to come get this before one of my classes today. So anyway, we've got the car ready here, the seats ready, so I'm going to get to work. Obviously, it's my typical routine with the seats. A lot of Theramax, a lot of solution, especially with this. I'm going to have some bleach in the solution too, just because this is a light color and I'd like to make sure we get that color all the way back to as light as it can be. So yeah, we're going to do that now, see how well these seats can come out, and then we'll throw them back in the car, put everything back together in the car, and then she should be ready to go after a quick paint correction. Alright, so there is the driver's side chair after one pass. You can see the bolsters are still needing another pass, so we're going to hit this one more time here. This is actually the second pass already that I just finished. So this will be the third pass, and hopefully we can get like all the marks up there and all the bolsters perfect after that. And I'll do this seat as well, and I'll let you know what they look like when I'm done. Obviously I've got my typical setup here, drill brush and the extractor, and then Theramax, and a pump sprayer too for the Theramax so I can get a lot on there. Alright, well all the extraction is done. These seats have been drying out here. Unfortunately it's not that sunny out, so they're not getting too much sun, which sucks because I was hoping they'd dry fast. But they're out here, they're getting dry. In the car, these seats have been extracted. You can see that big stain that was right there, all gone. Now it's all nice. I used the same procedure I used on the other seats on these. Only difference is I watched out for parts like this that were not dirty or anything. I don't want to get any solution on them, because then that dirty solution might actually make these clean parts dirty. So when you're doing this, I had to be very careful, follow these seams, and just spray and just make sure I don't get a lot of solution on the nice sections there. But we also got the carpet done. It's wet, so it still looks somewhat dirty, but because it's darker than the rest of the carpet. But that is much better. All those hard stuck-on spots came off. So yeah, we are ready to throw this car back together now. I'm pretty sure it's going to take probably a half an hour to do that, and then I'm ready to start on the paint correction. Alright, so here she is, final product. Look at those headlights, they really shined up nicely. Wheels and tires look great. This interior turned out amazing. These seats are such a big difference. That center console looks much better now. The center control stack, steering wheel, those floors look much better. Still a little worn down where that big stain was. Owner must rest her foot on it a lot. But yeah, this back barely looks used. And that nice panoramic roof up there. I really love how Subaru added those on these Foresters. Really makes it light and airy when it's, even during the nighttime, it looks a lot brighter on the interior. But yep, here's the other side. Same thing. Show you the passenger side. That carpet came up great as well. Same with the seat. Seats are still drying a little bit, but should be alright. And there she is. As you can see, we are back out here in the driveway, and we got a busy week ahead of us with work this week. So we're going to be starting out with a 2023 Camry. We have 2 cars to detail this week, so I thought I'd make a little vlog showing what we got. It'll be this and a Forester later this week. This really isn't going to need much. It was bought about a year ago now by its current owner, and she just wants a quick cleaning. Obviously, it is covered in some crumbs and some dirt, so it definitely is ready for a detail. Exterior, she's ready to get a good coat of wax on it before the wintertime season, which is always a good plan for a new vehicle. But overall, it's in great shape. Obviously, for being a new car, you would hope so. And really, we just got to give it a good once over, and hopefully we should have it ready for her by this evening. And then the Subaru's going to get dropped off tomorrow evening. But yeah, I'll give you guys a look on this side here. Same situation over here, really not that bad. Center console's really not bad either. Just needs to be cleaned up. So, it will be a nice easygoing detail. The Subaru later this week, I can tell you right now, is not. It's going to be pretty messy. So, there will be some carnage in this week's video, but not from this car. This car should be a easygoing detail, as long as nothing's hiding underneath. So anyway, I'm going to get all the supplies out here, get everything hooked up, and start washing this vehicle. Before we get to the exterior, I am going to shine up this engine bay, just go over, give it a little once over. Once again, it's not too bad. It's a very new engine bay. Hasn't seen a lot of road use and dirt yet, but it can use a good cleaning still. So we're going to do that, then we'll start washing her. And just like that, it's looking much better. Much more deeper matte finish to the plastic. Really just helps to make the car look brand new. So with that, let's make the exterior look brand new. Alright, this Camry has been completely washed. The wheels really shined up nicely. But yeah, this white looks great. It is in some great shape too for being new paint, which is what I love. I love old paint too, but it's always nice working on something that you know is going to shine up really good right after the wash. Makes you feel better. But yeah, a couple scratches that I'll have to buff out when I'm doing the wax here. But I think she looks pretty good for what it is, and hopefully now I can get her in before it starts downpouring here. So let's get the Millennium moved out of the garage and get her in. Alright, it's still raining a little bit outside, but we got her in. Just got it dried off, and then did a little bit of waxing on it. This thing really, it didn't take too long to wax this, with the paint being so nice. Got the scratches. I don't remember if I showed you guys the scratches or not on this door, but that's where they were. It looked like something bumped into the car, because it was scratches that were all down that door and on that rocker panel. But you can see now, there's nothing left. No more black marks or anything, just pretty white paint. Wheels look good, everything's been done on the outside at this point. So I'm just going to move to the interior. Got the mounts out already. Yeah, I got them back here, ready for some pressure washing. And with the rain done now, it should be a lot nicer out here. Hopefully I can then bring it out and get some good photos out here when I'm done. Alright, unfortunately it's pretty dark, but here you can see, got the tire shine on. Got some really good pictures just in time before the sun went down, thankfully. This side looks just as good. The interior, if we're even going to be able to really see it, hopefully you can. There you go. Oh, the lights light up pretty good. Those floor mats got cleaned, all the stains and grease came off of these seats. Because as much as I like this Toyota pleather, it just really collects grease like nothing else. The dash is good. I treated that with some 303 airspace so it doesn't fade or crack in the near future. Hopefully it wouldn't, being a 2023. Open up this back here, show you the back. Same deal, the doors turned out really good. And it just looks good. Overall, pretty easy detail. Didn't show too much of it on video, I know, but most of that was just because of how simple it was. There wasn't really much to it, but it was still a really fun car to work on. It was nice getting to work on a new Camry. I haven't actually really been up close and personal with these new Camrys yet, but I like them. I think they're pretty much the same thing as the old car, but with some more modern technology, because Toyota knew they had something good going on here with the Camry. But we'll fire it up here, let you guys hear it run before I give it back to the client. Typical Toyota. I like it. And on a cleanliness scale, when she gave it to me, it was in pretty good shape. She definitely takes care of it. So that's always good. I like this. I always have liked the dash layout on Camrys, but this is one of my favorite generations for sure. I like the swooping dash and the big screen in the middle, and then it all swoops down to the cup holders and everything. I like that as a real gear shifter instead of buttons or a knob, and I like the nice leather wrapped steering wheel. And I like that still as new real gauges, analog gauges, and a digital center. It's just a really nice layout. I think Toyota did really well with these cars. I think they always have. I enjoyed working on this one, so stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to get that Subaru Forester, and we'll start working on that then. Alright, so here is car number 2 for this week. It is, I think, 2014 Subaru Forester is what this is. So first generation of this body style Forester. I actually quite like this Forester. I think it looks pretty good. If you guys remember the video I did last December detailing some cars over a weekend, I also detailed a 2007 Forester for this client. So I'm glad that they enjoyed my work so much to bring another one back. And yeah, I really like this one. It's a nice color, looks good, looks pretty well taken care of. This actually has 250,000 miles on it, if you can believe that. I'm sure they've been through a lot of head gaskets, but these people love Subarus. They have 2 Foresters. You can definitely tell a little bit of wear on the seat, but overall, this interior should definitely clean up. This leather is disgusting, but it'll look great when I'm done with it. Center console, it's not terrible. He made it out to seem a lot worse than it actually is. I like the big X mode button. Pretty gimmicky, but it's got a lot of nice options. Leather wrapped steering wheel, which is in great shape for 250,000 miles. That'll definitely clean up well. And just overall, it's just a good looking vehicle. I think this will be a fun one to detail. Nice panoramic roof. Nice little navigation radio, which is pretty nice for 2014. Check the back. Same setup. Leather seats back here. So leather's nice. Nothing to extract on leather, but still gotta clean it all. See if there's any goodies hiding in here. Nope. It's actually pretty clean. But yeah, big thing on this is going to be carpet extraction, because this has probably not seen much of a good carpet cleaning in years. Oh wow, look at that power lift gate. Yeah, this is a pretty nice Forester. I like that it's got all these mats, because if not, that would not be a fun stain to clean off of carpet. But let's see what the carpet, it's still a little dirty underneath, but yeah, so I'll probably shampoo this back carpet too. But yeah, it looks like a relatively nice car, and I'm probably going to start working on it tomorrow after I get back from class. We'll do the exterior first and then the interior, just like the Toyota, and hopefully I should have it done by Thursday morning. We'll fire her up here, see how she sounds with 250,000 miles. It's a lot of miles for 9 years. Sounds okay. A little bit of a weak startup. It does have a check engine light, hill descent light, or I don't know, I guess that, I don't know what that light would mean. It's a car climbing a hill. Maybe it means X mode doesn't work. Oh, hill start assist. That's what it is. But yeah, seems like it runs pretty good. But I'm gonna put her in the garage here overnight and start working on it tomorrow. Alright, it's now the next day. We have some beautiful weather today, which is awesome. Perfect day to get it washed outside. Gonna start on the engine bay. Obviously, after 250,000 miles, this thing has seen a lot of wear. Doesn't look like it's been cleaned that often, so give it a good, nice detail. And it'll go from looking like this to this. And this is the finished product. I used my typical method of just pressure washing, disconnecting the battery, pressure washing, watching out for electrical connections, which is always an important part. And then I finish up with a dressing that's not shiny or slick, but adds a nice deep matte finish to all these plastic parts that had seen a lot of dry and hard use. Alright, so right now I'm working on getting this sticker residue off back here. I'm assuming it was from a AAA membership thing. It's silver, or it was silver, and it said void, so I'm assuming they took their AAA membership sticker off and then just never took the rest of the residue off. For that, I spray it with some water first, so the Goo Gone doesn't do anything to the paint. I want it to be mixed with some water, so it's not as aggressive. And then I take a very dull, this is actually the back of a razor blade, so it's not sharp at all. Won't mar up the paint, and I lightly just scuff it along, take off the rest of the bulk of the residue, spray some more Goo Gone, and now This Goo Gun's been sitting on it for a bit, so I should be able to wipe off residue. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but I'll just basically keep going over this little bit of residue left until there's nothing left. And then if there are any little scuffs or scratches that are under it, they'll be small enough to come out during the paint correction phase. And there we go, just like that, no more ugly residue, and not even a single scratch to the paint. And not a single scratch to the paint either. Looks great. My customer should be very happy about that. It was definitely an eyesore. Alright, so I'm on the washing process now, and obviously some of these wheels are really caked in brake dust, like these back here. It looks like a caliper might have locked up at one point. For those, I'll use a mixture of my wheel cleaner, which is an acidic wheel cleaner, so I mix it with a bit more of a base wheel cleaner, one that's more for light dirt and just some brake dust. But the acidic one will really break up the hard, stuck-on brake dust and make these wheels look nice and shiny again. Alright, and just with that, these wheels are looking so much better. Show you the one around back here that was really caked on with brake dust. See, even the barrels got everything out. These wheels look brand new again. Now, it's time to make the rest of the car look that way. Alright, so the car's all cleaned, dried off on the exterior at this point. When I'm done with the interior here, we'll do a paint correction on it. However, right now we're working on the interior. I'll start by dusting out the cracks and crevices like I always do, then follow up with the full vacuum, then extraction, clean these seats, clean all the stains in the center console and all that, clean the dashboard. You know the gist at this point, but already got the mats out, as you can see over there, and gonna pressure wash them and scrub them down. Hopefully they should turn out pretty good. Subaru mats are like Toyota mats. They're easy to clean. They're not like WeatherTech mats that trap in dirt and make it harder for the detailer. But yep, so I'm gonna get started now. This should take me probably about 3 to 4 hours, maybe even 5, I don't know. My time, it's hard to really tell. You can get started on a job and halfway through you end up, you know, double the time you were budgeting. But hopefully it goes smoothly and everything works out, and can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. Here's the before on the mats to this. Look at this. They still got to dry a little bit. I'll show you them again once they're dry, obviously, once they're back in the car. But yeah, they turned out great. All the stains came off of this, all that yellow. Now I've got to deal with the styrofoam that was beneath it and the carpet that was beneath that. And hopefully I should get all that stain cleaned up. Yeah, you can see all this needs to be cleaned. And in the back here we've got, it felt all, whatever it was, whether it was throw up or I don't know what it was, but it fell all down into the metal. So we'll get that cleaned up though. It was easy to take apart, luckily enough. So let's see what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, we've got the back all cleaned up here, at least the metal part underneath here. So I'm going to put that foam back in, put the carpet back in, vacuum and extract the carpet. then I can clean all the plastics and treat them. Alright, so you can see after many hours the carpets are extracted. We have all the floor mats back in. It's looking good. Only thing I really couldn't fix was a little bit of wear down there from a heel probably moving back and forth on the pedal. But other than that, it's looking good, ready for the next step, which will be the seats and also just the doors, the steering wheel, dashboard. Just clean up all the grime. Then I'll clean these windows and treat all the plastics and leather, and it should be ready to go on the interior at least. Then we can move to paint correction. Alright, there's what the towel looks like after cleaning this steering wheel here, but look at that. Came out looking great. I will say, this leather has held up really well on the steering wheel for 250,000 miles. There's no, like, it's not eating away up here, it's not trying to peel. Most of this car is really held together well for 250,000 miles. The owners definitely care for it, and it shows. Only real spot that shows is just that. But, yeah, so it's coming along pretty smoothly. Got all the doors cleaned up, the door sills and all that. So just working on the dashboard and everything around it now, center console, and should be done with everything pretty soon here. Alright, last step here before I have to clean the windows, which, to be completely honest, is not that interesting. So probably not going to include that on video. They're not that dirty either, just need a good wipe down. Got to get some of the sticker residue off right there. But right now I'm working on the seats. I'm going to start with this driver's seat, which is definitely the worst. A lot of built-on dirt. I will say the leather that Subaru used on these seats, it's very cheap. Some of the materials on this interior are very quality, like the steering wheel, shift knob, that leather's really good. The leather that they use for like these door pieces and seats, it's obviously plastic. It's not real leather, but it's really cheap and hard to clean. But it's alright, we'll get them looking new again in a second. And there we go, the seats are all done. You can see they're so much brighter now, where you can kind of see where it's not in the shadows. It's not all like greasy up here. It's actually like just leather again, which is nice. Looks really good. Looks nice and new and fresh. These back seats turned out great. I definitely think the owner of this has grandchildren. Both the Subarus I've done for them. The back's not exactly perfect, but always comes out looking great. Here's that front passenger seat. Of course, you guys will get a better look at it tomorrow in the daylight, but there we go. So I'm pretty much done for tonight. I'm going to quickly just do the windows here, and then I'll be able to do the paint correction tomorrow morning, and hopefully it should be ready in time for my client to come pick it up around noon. Alright, here she is, the final product here. Looks great. This color buffed out great. These headlights turned out looking really good. The grille looks great. The chrome shined up nicely. All the black trim shined up nicely. Tires look great. Those wheels look amazing compared to what they looked like when I got them. And yeah, this car just looks great. The clear housings on the tail lights are all cleaned up. All the swirls are out of there. Look at that. Just a really good looking paint job right there. I like this silver color. It's got a lot of depth to it for being silver. I mean, it's a pretty light color, but this metallic really brings it out. Once again, the headlight looks good on this side. And then all down here, same thing. The wheels look great. The trim looks great. Let's pop open this door here, show you guys the final interior. These door cards turned out great. If you remember, that was all black and grimy. Came out looking much better. The little pockets in there and window controls and everything. The dashboard looks great. The floor mats and everything. Carpets have all been extracted. Gotta wipe that off because I touched it with my foot. It's the one problem with my driveway here. It's very dusty, so I gotta put bags down after I detail these cars before I get in them. But these seats look so much better now. I love the design to these seats. It's just the leather's really cheap, but now it feels nice and soft because of what I treated it with. The center console turned out much better. A couple wear spots. It's very typical for these Subarus. The fake leather just wears right off and shows the vinyl underneath. Or I guess that's just some woven stuff underneath. Center console. And I'll take you around back here. Looks just as good in the back. Doors turned out great. These rear seats really turned out great. Same with these floors and carpets. Looks really good. And like I said, obviously I had a lot to deal with here in the back where that spill was. You can see that spill is completely gone. The mat back here is looking great, and then underneath where all that was in there also looks great. Just a lot of scuffs and scratches still, but I'm very happy with how this turned out. Hope my clients are just as happy, because that's when it's a good day. This side, same thing. Obviously, same thing in the front. Just looks great. Alright, so that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, please. That helps so much. And if you're looking forward to seeing more of these videos, let me know in the comments below. I'll make videos based off of what you guys want to see. So if you enjoy this content, I'll make more of it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.